Hawkeyes are back. The University of Iowa welcomes students for another school year. Missing the rush. The University of Iowa starts the year missing a popular coffee chain.
Football is back. A look at Iowa's Week 1 matchup.
Breaking away from the heat, Iowa City should expect a cool down this weekend.
All that and more
Coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City and welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to our first show of the semester. It is Friday, August 30th. I'm Jordan Tovar.
And I'm Brady Barrett.
We start this morning with breaking news from downtown Iowa City. A suspicious package was reported just after 6:30 this morning on the Capitol Street ramp seen on your screen now. 3 cop cars were present on scene and have deemed the package to not be a threat. All normal activity around the parking ramp can resume. And the third member of our team, AJ Reister, joins us on campus with a look at the weather.
AJ, the heat has been coming down hard on Iowa City this week.
Yeah, guys, it's been an absolute scorcher this week. And I know I've been sweating my tail off just walking to classes. Just yesterday, it hit 90 degrees with 80% humidity, but starting today, it looks to be a different story. Overnight, we saw thunderstorms, and this morning it was drizzling, but it looks to be dry starting for the rest of the day. We'll see temps reach a high of 79 and low wind speeds throughout. Tonight's going to feel a little more like fall as temps dip into the mid-50s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, temps are going to spike a little bit into the mid-80s for the high. Come back later for your game day forecast and what next week should look like for the second week of classes.
With the high heat over the past few weeks, Iowa City has offered residents a way to beat the heat. Various cooling stations have been installed and are available across the city, shown on the screen now, where residents are able to go and visit to beat the heat. Whether it's a pool, splash pad, or simply air conditioning, cooling stations are a great place to cool off and relax. The first week of classes wraps up today. DITV's Hannah Lipsky has the feelings of the students as they come back to school.
Hawkeyes are back on campus, and the first week of classes is coming to a close. New and returning students are buzzing with excitement, experiencing traditions for the first and last times, classes and living in Iowa City. But there is one fall event that students are overwhelmingly excited for.
Football season. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Definitely tailgating. The football games. I'm on a football team, so I'm just looking to be a part of that.
And I'm most excited for being back with my friends and football season.
Students are excited for game day favorites like the wave, Herky, and fun in between quarters. But there's some other things that Hawkeyes have been looking forward to.
Hanging out with my friends.
I'm excited to get into higher level studies. Like I'm excited to do OChem, start working on more laboratory stuff, getting higher into like doing the master's work on my research and all that.
Hawkeyes starting their college journeys are looking forward to new experiences.
I'm most excited to meet new people, make friends, connections, and just enjoy my time here.
The University of Iowa has Big Ten spirit on the field, in the classrooms, and all around Iowa City. From the Pentecrest, this is Hannah Lipsky, DITV.
The University of Iowa has introduced a free mobile app for easier access to campus resources. The new University of Iowa mobile app will contain information typically found on students' MyUI account. Resources like advising information, assignments, and schedule building are all available to find within the program. The app can be found by searching University of Iowa in the App Store, or it can be found and downloaded on the university's website. A new healthcare provider is expanding to Iowa City. UCS Healthcare is currently the largest opioid treatment program in the state of Iowa and are now bringing their medication-assisted treatment service to Iowa City. UCS aims to use this new location to provide care to residents of Iowa City.
So medication-assisted treatment, along with counseling, is really the gold standard of care. We want to be the organization that gives the most access.
State Grants is located just 10 minutes from campus on Southgate Avenue. UC hopes that Iowa City residents will now have easy access to immediate help with the new location. UCS requests those who may need help to reach out and call the number listed on screen. The Iowa City Community School District seeing a difference in enrollments after the Education Savings Accounts bill was passed. The ESA program in Iowa is providing educational service accounts to help families cover fees at non-public schools throughout the state. The district is addressing the financial problems that arise with declining enrollment in various ways. The Iowa City School District
tried to keep every student program in place and up and going, and not take away from that great menu of services we have not only in the classroom, but really for the whole child and the whole experience at school.
The Iowa City School District has not seen any major changes since the start of the new school year. For college students who can't make it home for the election, absentee ballots are now available in Johnson County. Iowa absentee ballots can be requested by mail or cast in person at the Johnson County's Auditor's Office within 20 days of the election. Ballots by mail must be postmarked no later than 5 p.m. on Monday, October 21st. More information is available at sos.iowa.gov. And the Iowa City's Assessor's Office will be closed today through Labor Day. The office will be returning to the newly renovated Johnson County Administration Building. Located on the third floor in the Health and Sciences Building, further renovations on the other areas of the building will continue until January 2025. The Starbucks on South Clinton Street is a hot spot for many students, but that may change now due to its temporary shutdown. Dravin Murdy has the story.
Some people's morning routines rely on a kick of caffeine to get them going, but now those routines might have to change.
The downtown Starbucks, found on Clinton Street, shut down for renovations on August 25th, annoying typical customers and throwing off some who didn't even know it had closed.
Well, now I'm just gonna have to go home to drive my car to the other Starbucks, and like it's an inconvenience for me.
While the shop's shutdown is annoying for many of Starbucks regulars, there are a few alternatives that students may start frequenting a bit more.
I feel like they'll go to the one in the IMU, because I know a lot of girls, or the one in the library. You know, they have that like mini Starbucks.
Yeah. Already a popular spot on campus, the Iowa Memorial Union Starbucks has seen a massive uptake in visitors already.
I think they kind of already have, we've been really busy with the past couple of days. Obviously, we've just opened again from having slower hours during the summer, but we have already been running out of cups and lemonade and the popular items, so I feel like it's already started to happen.
The IMU Starbucks has already planned to increase their supply to meet the growing demand of students looking for coffee until the other Starbucks is back up and running.
The Starbucks behind me is expected to open up back to the public with completely new renovations on October 11th. In downtown Iowa City, Dravin Murdy, DITV.
A former University of Iowa student has surrendered themselves to police. DITV's Assistant News Director Jace Bertrand is live in the newsroom to review the facts so far ahead of the trial.
Thanks, Jordan. Ali Yunus was charged with attempted murder after allegedly robbing and strangling a woman on the university's campus on April 25th, 2022. The incident came after a number of complaints from university students regarding Yunus's behavior towards women. On May 9th, 2023, Yunus allegedly removed his court-ordered ankle monitor before fleeing to the nation of Jordan. His parents were later charged and found guilty of aiding in his escape. Both parents were sentenced to 5 years in prison for their involvement. Police were unable to extradite Yunus because the U.S. and Jordan do not have an extradition treaty. Officials say Yunus surrendered himself to police after negotiations between university police and U.S. Embassy officials. In a statement to the press, Johnson County Attorney Rachel Zimmerman Smith said, quote, "The successful return of Mr. Yunus demonstrates our commitment to working with our international partners to ensure justice for the victim in this case." Yunus is currently being held pending a hearing after his extradition to Iowa. I'll be following the trial to give updates on the case. Back to you, Jordan.
Now DITV is going to take you around the art scene here in Iowa City. DITV's Ryan Lynch and Madison Johnson have the latest on Hansher and UI Theater.
The University of Iowa put on a fall concert to welcome students and everyone back to Iowa City.
University of Iowa President Barbara Wilson made a speech welcoming students and the Iowa City community.
Welcome community members, welcome everyone to this amazing first event for Hansher
The free event kicked off the Hampshire season with multiple performers, including Raina Tropical and Dawes. Iowa City resident Orville Townsend enjoys music events as they show the character of Iowa City and what the area is all about.
We like the culture. That's one of the things about Iowa City that we enjoy. You know, and I think that events like this is a good indication of who we are in Iowa City and what Iowa City is.
UI first year Malia Hemes has always had the arts in her life and enjoyed going as she knows and appreciates the power music and the arts have to help people.
The arts have always been a part of my life. I love performing. I love coming and supporting artists because it's just so great to see music, and like music can help so many people, and it's just amazing.
Events return to Hampshire this fall, and DITV's Madison Johnson has a preview on the university's theater season.
The big stage down the road to the University of Iowa's own theater building. As the school year kicks off, so does the new theater season.
This school year, the University of Iowa Theater Department is looking to bring 5 new main stage productions at several galleries and special projects to audiences at the University of Iowa and in the Iowa City area.
As an educational environment, having the opportunity to produce work is an incredible way to learning by doing.
Main stage productions provide opportunities to both undergraduate and graduate students to gain experience in acting and set design.
And with a core team of collaborators that are graduate students, a dramaturg, a set designer, a lighting designer.
While galleries and special projects allow students to show off their writing skills.
We're one of the few places in the country that an undergraduate student can write a play and then be able to see it go on stage.
The main stage productions will begin with Marie Antoinette in October and will continue throughout the year. The theater program has lots to offer all throughout the year. From the University of Iowa, Madison Johnson, DITV.
Now let's toss it back out to AJ Reeser for the weather week ahead.
Thanks, guys. Tomorrow is a big day in Iowa City as the Iowa football team is set to battle with the Redbirds from Illinois State. And it will be hot tomorrow, but it doesn't even compare to last year's 92-degree start in their home opener. For Hawk fans, however, it's not just about the game. There's plenty of game day festivities in and around Kinnick Stadium. Tailgate lots open up bright and early at 6 a.m. with temps sitting in the upper 50s. Around game time, the temps continue their rise to 76 degrees. For your commute home after the game, you're going to be looking at a balmy 83 with sunny skies. As for the rest of your week, things are going to settle in the upper 70s until Wednesday when things heat up again. Certainly looking to be a beautiful week ahead, and I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Now, Brady, it's been an absolutely scorching start weather-wise to the school year, but I think the Hawkeye football team's looking to get off to a scorching start too.
Yeah, Jordan, they certainly could. The Hawkeyes are ranked 25th in the nation, and they kick off their season this weekend against the Illinois State Redbirds.
The Hawkeyes will be without their head coach Kirk Ferentz this weekend due to a suspension for illegal contact with quarterback Cade McNamara before he entered the transfer portal.
You know, I made a mistake, so I've owned it, stepped on a line. I think the line was a little bit cloudy, a little bit blurry, but nonetheless, I stepped on it. So that is what it is.
The Week 1 depth chart did have a couple of surprises, with Kamari Moulton getting the start for the running backs.
Kamari's an awesome dude. He's a really energetic guy. He's I would say he's definitely one of the favorites on the team. And, you know, me and the rest of the guys, we just can't wait to see what he does this year.
On a defense loaded with returning stars, TJ Hall got the starting cornerback spot opposite of Jamari Harris.
You know, I think TJ is someone who came in early, so he got a jump on everything about 2 years ago. And now I feel like it's all coming together for him.
And with a new season comes new kid captains. DITV's Elise Gann spoke with the mother of Week 1's kid captain.
Leading off the kid captain roster, 8-year-old Carter Schmidt is ready to take the field. At only 9 months, Carter was diagnosed with an extremely rare type of cancer that only affects 1 in 1.2 million children.
He was diagnosed with JMML, which is juvenile myelomonocytic leukemia, where he has a lot of white blood cells and not enough reds.
Carter was brought to the Stead Family Children's Hospital in search of an immediate bone marrow transplant. After a long worldwide search, a perfect match was finally found.
The fact that someone would want to donate to someone that they don't even know is amazing. It was a perfect 12 out of 12 match.
3 months after the transplant, Carter was discharged from the hospital and began his healing journey while growing into his expressive and energetic self.
He was so excited. He's like, yay! And like jumping up and down. He's very excited about football and being out on the field.
Despite the obstacles he faced, Carter takes advantage of any fun activities such as swimming, biking, crafting, and building Legos. He continues to visit the Stead Hospital every 2 years for checkups and is considered cured. Now, instead of waving down to the field, he gets to be on the turf himself, waving up. From the University of Iowa, Elise Gann, DITV.
And with all the new changes to Iowa and the Big Ten, DITV's Sarah Gala talked with fans to see what they had to say.
And change is the word to describe this upcoming football season. Iowa has a brand new offensive coordinator and brand new teams have joined the Big Ten. Let's head to main campus to hear what these Hawkeyes have to say about these adjustments.
It's always been Go Hawks. It's always been Go Hawks.
As the Big Ten's going coast to coast now, we have the additions of the USC Trojans, UCLA Bruins, Washington Huskies, and Oregon Ducks. There was some mixed opinions on these new teams.
I'm not a big fan of it. I definitely liked the old Big Ten.
More money for the Big Ten, so it's only going to be better.
Not a huge fan of it. I'm an Iowa boy, born and raised.
With 18 teams now in the Big Ten, it will for sure be a dogfight.
I had to see what they bring, especially with some of the NFL talent that left, especially USC.
And with new offensive coordinator Tim Lester, the students are very optimistic in how the offense will look.
I'm excited. Obviously, Iowa doesn't have the best track record with offensive scoring, so I'm hopeful.
Everybody knows punting is winning, but it's not really winning, so it's going to be good to see something different.
Sarah Gala, DITV Sports.
And for more on the Hawkeye football game this weekend, check out this preview for Before the Kickoff, the Daily Iowans weekly pregame show. Despite that initial stumble into the
No, absolutely not. A lot of good things to look for from this summer. And, you know, the name of the game this season for Iowa is the defensive continuity. They're bringing back 8 of their starters on that top 10 defense from last season, and they look to continue that dominance in 2024.
Your home opener kicked off with a bang. Iowa trampled Florida Gulf Coast University 3-0. For all three Hawkeyes who scored, it was their first goals of their collegiate careers. With the win, head coach Dave Dillinilli scored his 100th career win. The soccer team will lace up and take on Wake Forest at Sunday at home at 6 p.m. The Hawkeye volleyball team is setting off their season outside the United States. Iowa opens their season against Liberty at 4 p.m. in San Juan for the Puerto Rico Clasico. The Hawkeyes will return to action tomorrow to take on Providence at 1. This is the first time since 2015 the Hawks have traveled outside the U.S. for a match. Their home opener is a week from today against San Jose State for the Hawkeye Invitational. This weekend is massive for the Hawkeye field hockey team. Iowa is traveling to Ann Arbor, Michigan for a Big Ten ACC Challenge where the 6th-ranked Hawkeyes will take on the 18th-ranked Wake Forest on Friday. But the grind doesn't stop for this Hawkeye squad as they battle the best of the ACC in the 2nd-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels on Sunday.
Now, Brady, always an exciting time around Hawkeye athletics, but especially this time of year.
Yeah, with the new season coming up, there's a lot of new and exciting things to look forward to for Hawkeye fans.
Certainly, Brady. And the Minnesota State Fair played host to the Miracle of Birth Nursery, which has been referred to as a super nursery for animals. The nursery is fully staffed by volunteers and gives visitors an opportunity to not only witness an animal's birth, but how to hold and properly take care of the animals. The volunteers and animals they support ended up being one of the most popular attractions at the State Fair. I mean, that's absolutely crazy, Brady. I mean, agriculture is such a different world from what I've grown up with.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I did grow up in a rural area, so I'm used to this stuff. I'm an Iowa boy, the Iowa State Fair, full of stuff just like that.
Certainly. And thank you for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
Tune in Monday on Labor Day as we get back into the full swing of things with shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings at 8:30.
For AJ Reeser, Brady Barron, I'm Jordan Tovar. Have a wonderful weekend.